Hello everyone. So myself Raghav Jagga, a fifth year law student from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, pursuing BCom LLB in taxation laws. For the month of July, I am a legal intern at Lexigent Company, New Delhi. So today for our topic is custodial violence in India. So let's start with this topic. The term custodial violence refers to any torture or violence inflicted upon the persons who are under the police custody, under judicial custody, and a military custody. So, there are so many such legislations that has been enacted to curb the custodial violence. Nevertheless, the legislation do not have seems to be the problem. The custodial torture has become a common occurrence nowadays and is increasing day by day by increasing numbers. The report of the NCRB is a proof of the contention that this custodial violence is increasing day by day. The police officers are generally the peoples that are frequently caught in the doing a custodial tortures with a arrested persons. The victim of the violence generally come from a lower standard of the society. So there are some rights which is given to an accused to prevent his or her himself. So let us discuss some of the rights. The prisoners of the India or a persons in a jail has some rights. So as per the Indian Constitution of the India, there are some rights which is granted to a people who is accused and who has been tortured by the police officer. So some are the rights specified in the some articles, which are article 19, 20, 21, 22, 32 and 226 of the Indian Constitution, and so many others. So let us discuss one by one some of the rights. So first right is right to life. So it is a fundamental right which is given to every citizen of the India and every person who is accused or not accused by the occurrence. The right to life has been described by a Supreme Court as the heart of all the human rights that are available to everyone. This basic right is granted to a prisoners or accused persons. Okay, this right has been provided to every citizen, which includes a prisoner as well. So at before I have discussed, I will tell you, I have had told you that this right is given to every person who is accused or not accused. These rights can be enforced against a state, which includes a law enforcement agencies like police or forces and so on. And second and most important right, which is a right against self-incrimination. The act of custodial torture or custodial violence are premised upon making the accused accepts that he had committed an wrongful doing. So the accused has a right to refuse the answer a self-incrimination statement which is taught by a police officer to give them. The presumption of the inviolence is a right that is a basic Indian jurisdictions. So this essential right is provided to a person that are accused under the Indian Evidence Act 1872. So let us discuss another right, which is right to inform of the grounds of the arrest. Whenever this is a right is granted to every accused person who is arrested by a police. So before arrest to any person or any accused, it is a right. This is a right given to an accused or non-accused person to ask and tell the police officer why, on what ground and what a reason they are arresting them. So let us discuss another right, which is right to consult a legal practitioner. So the right is inserted in the this right is given in the Article 22 Clause A of the Constitution of the India. It states that no person is arrested shall be denied the right to consult and to call upon a legal counsel or legal petitioner for his further proceedings for his choice. The protection that this right is provided starts up as soon as the accused is taken in the custody. So let us discuss one case law which states that the name of the case is Nandini Satpathy versus D.L. Dani. In this case, a Supreme Court extended the ambit of his right. The court held that during the course of interrogation under a police custody, the accused has a right to have his lawyer by his side, and also stated that it is a choice of the accused to call to anyone to present his side of case. So there is some suggestion which is given by me for regarding this custodial violences which is occurring by day and increasing in the number. So India should ratify a UN conversation against a torture. This will make the Indian government liable to enact the laws punishing the acts with a larger number of custodial violence. And India should push for a police as well as a prisoner reform so that the prior system is removed and new system is involved. The India should implement the 23rd report of Law Commission of India that advocates of criminal prosecuting peoples should accused of custodial tortures like policemen, military, and so on for this. So thank you so much. For any question, any query, you feel free to comment in a comment box. Your answer will be given shortly. So thank you so much and goodbye.